Welcome to Paul Ricard for race 3 of the Simhound Amateur Series in June. It is looking pretty wet for this race, but I'll show you how to get around it. So first of all, you want to drift to the right, watch for cars exiting the pit lane and brake just before this red curb. Watch the little yellow marker, it's easy to cut the track, get a drive through here. Same with those little markers on the outside of turn 2. Follow the left hand side of the track down to turn 3, braking at the 100 meter board. And again, watching that little yellow marker on the right hand side. Keep it in second through the left, and then you want to be down to first into the tighter right hander. Next corner, you want to slow down a little bit more than what you think you should on this corner, because you want to stay right hand side so you can take this left hander almost flat. It's flat in the dry. You have to give a little bit of a lift in the wet. Then we're on the long straight. Other things to consider when you're driving in the wet is upping your TC. So you want to move that up a little bit. And you want to almost move your brake bias backwards as well. That'll help when you brake and remaining to be able to turn it into corners. But looking for the fast right, braking at the 100 meter board. Down a couple of gears and tip it in. Want to watch, stay inside of those little markers on the left hand side, and then braking it again down to third in another corner. You just want to keep rolling the throttle through to hit that second apex nicely, and you can get the power on again. Braking just after the cones on the left hand side to get a bit of a late apex. Try and avoid that curb really, but it's not too bad before you take this right hander flat. And brake just as the curb on the right stops. There is a bit of a puddle there, so you got to take care on that while braking. Then down into first for the right hand hairpin, and back on the power, and that is a lap of Paul Ricard in the wet for this Thursday's race. So we'll go through it again. Looking for the curb on the right hand side, hitting the brakes just as it starts. Then watching not to cut the track, taking the right hander, and watch the throttle over that crest because it is easy to lose the back end. Stay at the left, look for the 100 meter board and brake on it. Down to second, turn in, little bit of throttle, and then keeping it tight around the left hander, then down to first for the hairpin. And a little short burst of power before trying to keep it nice and tight round the right hand. Tight on the apex because it will give you a better run onto the back straight. And this back straight is where you're going to want to get a good run so you can slipstream other cars down it. I have noticed in this game at the moment the higher ABS settings do tend not to work too well. So it's still good to keep your ABS setting on a lower sort of setting. Now when you are slipstreaming down this straight in the race, watch out because you're going to come into this corner a lot faster, so you brake just at the 100. If you're slipstreaming you might have to brake a little bit earlier, and watch the back end from sliding. This one it's almost as you see the curb appear, it's when you need to brake, but you'll have to kind of find your own braking point in that one. You don't want to go too wide like I did there. Drop a wheel off the camber. Again, braking just as the cones finish on the left, count round, avoid that curb, and you can get the power on for the right hander. Watch the puddle as you brake just at the end of that inside curb. And the left hander, be patient on the throttle before you're down to first for the tight right, and back on the straight again. So good luck in the race on Thursday. It'll be streamed again on the oNiD channel, and let's hope we have a good one.